And now, coming to you live from Midwest Bus Sales Studios in Shawnee, Kansas, this is The Bus Show. Featuring your host, Jeremy Messner.
Hello and welcome. You're here, you're watching again. Thank you so much. Did you hear that McDonald's has updated their menu hacks for 2022? You can now get a surf and turf, which is a fish fillet on a quarter pounder, or a crunch double, that's adding nuggets to a McDouble, or my favorite, the McLand Air and Sea, and that's a fish fillet sandwich on a chicken patty that's on a Big Mac. I think I see what they're doing here. They're just taking menu items and adding them to other menu items. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know what I would do at my favorite restaurant, what I would add. I guess maybe I would add real beef to Taco Bell anything. I know, that was too easy. Why don't Americans eat snails? It's because we like fast food.
Baby, now you're moving way too fast.
It's true. We really just need to own up to it. The last 287 times I've been to McDonald's, it hasn't been very fast, though. What's going on, McDonald's? If you don't speed it up, I'm going to have to stop going there. Burger King understands what's going on, and instead of adding items, they're removing items to speed up their service. Nice job, BK. The 3 people who eat at your restaurant every day, they're really going to appreciate the effort. Then there's a story about a woman in Canada that discovered that a man had been hiding in her trunk for 3 days. Now, this lady was just going about her business, running errands, and she stopped to get groceries one day, and she opened up the trunk, and this man is just hanging out in there. That's really creepy, right? This woman must have been a bus driver, though, because she said, it was still more pleasant than hauling kids around town all day. I don't think she meant that. She's going to regret that comment someday. She didn't mean that. All right, we got a great show for you today. We have Patty Jackson from USD 341 Oskaloosa in studio. Looking forward to talking to her in a little bit. We also have Derek and Chris who are going to tell us a little bit about the Thomas bus. Derek and Chris, what do you guys got for us today?
Thanks, Jeremy. Chris, let's talk for a minute about the Thomas Safety Liner C2 chassis. What can you tell me about the axles?
Well, Derek, Thomas utilizes Detroit front axles with a setback design. What does that mean for you? It allows us to achieve an industry 55-degree wheel cut. Also, with the Detroit rear axle, it's a lighter weight, which offers us greater capacity with a 5-year unlimited mileage warranty.
Thanks, Chris. The axles are attached to the frame rails, which are standard 50,000 PSI yield strength and powder coated. A lot of people don't realize that every Thomas C2 comes with a custom chassis. So Thomas only punches holes in the frame rail where an actual accessory will be added using zinc-plated hex head huck bolts. Other chassis use a Swiss cheese method where they punch multiple holes in the side of the frame in anticipation of any possible accessory combination. This leaves multiple open holes on any given frame rail.
Well, Derek, I've got a way we can demonstrate the difference between a custom frame and a Swiss cheese frame. All right, Derek, this cheddar cheese is going to represent the Thomas built frame with no holes. This Swiss cheese is going to represent the others. Let's see how they both hold up to our scientific testing.
All right. Okay, here we go. The custom Thomas frame held up very well.
Yes, it did.
Okay, let's try the other now. Wow, we are not saying this will happen to your non-Thomas frame rail in an accident, but look at what happened to the Swiss cheese frame rail. Jeremy, as you can see, the Thomas custom frame rail held up much better than the other.
Thanks, Derek. Again, if you have a Swiss cheese frame rail, it will turn into shredded cheese in an accident. That's not what we're saying, but you may want to get with your local dealer and check if their products are custom chassis or Swiss cheese. All right, we have a guest from a local school district today. As soon as she saw episode 1, she called me up and said, Jeremy, I've got to get on your show. Put your hands together for Patty Jackson, Transportation Director from USD 341 Oskaloosa. Patty, welcome.
Hi, Jeremy.
Well, what's going on that you had to get on the show so quickly?
Well, I think you really asked me.
Patty, tell us, what's going on in Oskaloosa, Kansas these days?
Well, we're just trying to dig out from under all that snow we had last week.
Yeah,
And
that was a lot of snow.
yeah, we're doing good. The drivers are all great. We've got kids going to wrestling to state this next weekend, so we're
Congratulations.
good. Yeah, we're
That's
doing
great.
good.
All right. Well, we're not asking you to endorse any products here today, but I do have some questions that are just have some very simple, factual answers. So these aren't things that are really up for debate. So just answer them however you see fit. What was the make of the last bus that you purchased?
Thomas,
Thomas. All right. And which dealer did you use?
Midwest Bus.
West. All right. And how many buses do you operate?
We have 10,
10. And how many of those are Thomas?
all of them.
All 10. Well, thank you very much. So, and then who's your favorite sales rep? Don't answer that. I'm not going to ask you to answer that one. But just to recap your answers, you said that it was a Thomas bus from Midwest Bus Sales, and that you have 10 buses and all of them are Thomas.
Yes.
Very, very interesting answers. Thank you.
And we appreciate you.
Well, thank you very much. Well, I want to learn a little bit more about Patty. Let's figure out what makes Patty tick today. I have some questions here on some cards, and I'm just going to spread these out and just pick any three
Okay, well,
that you want. And I'll ask you those questions. And so you're just going to do the first three. You're
yeah,
brave.
we'll
All
do-
right.
yeah.
Okay. So here's question number one. And you have a pass if you want to. I'll only ask you 2 questions. You can pass on any of these you want to. If you were a Microsoft Office program, which one would you be?
Okay, I think I'll pass.
You can pass on that one? Okay. All right. You're going to take your chance with the,
Yeah,
chance with
with the
two.
other ones.
Okay. If you could make a noise like a human, what would it sound like?
Probably a laugh.
A laugh? That's a good one. I like that. Me too. And what tool would you be holding if you were a garden gnome?
I would say a rake.
A rake. So do you do some yard work? Okay. Do you have any garden gnomes?
I do.
You do? All right.
Yes.
All right. So that's right up your alley.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for being a good sport on that. We appreciate you being on the show. We like to end these shows with a little competition, some games. And the Winter Olympics were just on, and I've got my official Winter Olympic attire on today. So my family and I, we're big fans of the Olympics. Do you watch them at all?
We do.
All right. Well, good. So curling is one of those sports that really is only popular one time every 4 years. And so I thought we would just end the show with a little curling competition. So I need you to select between myself, Derek, or Chris to see who's going to be your partner.
How about Derek?
Derek. Okay. All right. We'll get set up for the competition. Thank
Okay.
you.
Darn it.